Now as you can see, we have selected the Facebook page and Instagram account in this one. All right, so what we are going to do here is we are going to create the entire ad creative, or we are going to set up the entire ad. Now as it says over here, we are not using the catalog option. We are just going to go ahead with the manual upload, and single image or video is what we are uploading. In the next videos probably we can look at the carousel and the collection ad. Okay, this schedule and everything are being sorted over here. Now there are a few things that we need to look at, and then we can probably create our ads. But first look at the medias and the kind of sizes that we will be working on. Probably then we can look at all the different other features, because ultimately the kind of ad backend you are running, the kind of settings or the A/B testing or split testing or whichever scaling mechanism that you have applied, at the end of the day this is going to be the thing that the customers are going to see. The ad creative that you are uploading, the text and headline and the description that you are writing, and the buttons you are selecting. So make sure that this is appealing enough so that your customers are clicking on the ad and ending up to your page. Remainder of the things like how you are tracking, how you are managing your entire ad platforms are all secondary. But if your ads are not worthy of being clicked, it is not going to make any sense. All right, so let's first look at some of the dimensions of the common dimensions that we need, and accordingly we can start creating the entire creative. Let's search for Facebook ad specs. Okay, so we can work with image or video ads. You have to come down to this link, Facebook/business ads guide update image. All right, now here you can see that we have been provided with all of the file formats, the ratio and the resolution. So this is basically 1080 into 1080 pixels, and the kind of text recommendation and technical requirements that they have provided. Now, the most important thing why we are on this link is because we want to have a common denominator to understand the kind of resolution we should be working on and the kind of ratio we should be working on. So we would also be creating all of these creatives on Canva in the next videos. However, we would need to find the common denominator. The way to do it is that if we are working with two things, which is image as well as video, so there are a few places where the video would be suitable, so we are going to replace our media with the entire video, and there are a few places wherein the image would be more suitable, so we are going to use that. All right, now for for the image one, see there are a few placement options, Facebook feed, and there would be around 10-12 option more. I'll just click over here. You can see these are the options. So for individual option, we have to go down and click on all of the options and see the kind of file type, ratio and resolution that they use. Okay, so what we can do is we can also ask Google Bard to find all of those, and we can also tally and take down all of the information on our end itself. I prefer doing it myself and also tallying it with Bard. So the way to use it is we have to go down here, go to Bard. The reason why I'm not using ChatGPT for this purpose and I'm using Bard is because ChatGPT has been updated in September 2022. So before, while they launched a year back in November 2022, 1 year back, they had the data of 2021. However, in this year, a couple of days back, they updated the free version, the GPT 3.5, to with the content of September 2022. However, since Facebook changes everything so quickly and the default, the free version of ChatGPT is not connected to the internet, it might not have the updated information as to what are the dimension that Facebook is working on currently. However, for that purpose, let's go to bard.google.com and then let us see if in case Bard can export all of the dimensions in a single go. So let's write a prompt to Bard. So the entire wording could look a little broken, but let's see what answer do we get. Okay, so we did still get the information. So the Facebook feed aspect ratio and all are mentioned, and then we also can export this to sheets. The image resolutions will be at least 1080 into something like this, and avoid using. So this is all good. However, I think it would be a wise decision to go through the entire thing and find the common denominator, which I have already done. I'm going to explain you through the entire thing. So once you have done that, you have to also do that, do the same thing for the videos, and you would also be seeing that there are several different places wherein the video duration would be 10 or 15 seconds, and if those are stories, and if you think that a lower count or basically a smaller video would work, then accordingly you can use a video that has a smaller timestamp. So accordingly you can choose your objective as well. For example, our objective was sales, and these the conversion location and everything will change. We can select those, and we can see how the preview looks like. So once all of those things are taken, we have to create the creatives on Canva, which we are going to do in the next video. So thank you for tuning in this video. I'll see you in the next video where we will be creating the creatives required for our ad. Thank you so much.